Good evening, students of class 9. Today we are going to see the poem Wind. Wind is a poem written by Subramani Bharati. He was a great poet and a freedom fighter from Tamil Nadu. This poem of his was translated from Tamil by A.K. Ramanujan in English. Now, let me introduce the poem. We all know that wind is a natural phenomenon. In this poem, the poet talks to the wind. The power of the wind has been described, and the poet says that wind is destructive. He has linked the destructive power of wind to the adversities of life and says that the weak people break down, but stronger people emerge out of adversities stronger. The poem gives an important message that we should be mentally tough and physically strong in order to survive the hardships of life. A weak person breaks down like a weak building and crumbles. We must make these destructive forces our friends with our strength and determination. Wind, a poem by Subramani Bharati, translated from Tamil by A.K. Ramanujan. This is the original text in your books. The poem, the first stanza of the poem. Wind, come softly. Don't break the shutters of the windows. Don't scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again. You are very clever at poking fun at weak things. The poet is talking to the wind. He says the wind to come softly. So he is saying the wind, you should not be very strong and loud. You should be soft and subtle. Then he says that the wind is very powerful. It is destructive. It breaks the shutters of windows and scatters the papers. When the wind is powerful, all the books which are kept on the shelf fall down. So here the poet is describing the power of the wind. Then he says to the wind to look at the destruction what it had done. Whenever there is a strong wind, all the things that are weak, like small plants, tiny children, etc., they are all scattered and they can even fall and get hurt. We can say that in the initial part of the poem, the poet is referring to wind as a young child. He is saying that it should come softly, just like a small child does. In the later part, when we know that the wind is destructive, just like a youth, just like a young boy or a young girl, who's full of energy, violence, and destruction. Frail, crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. Here the word crumbling is repeated so many times to lay stress that everything crumbles in the face of a strong wind. So the writer is saying that when wind is very powerful, it is very strong. It leads to breakage of everything. Houses which are weak fall. Doors which are weak fall. The beams on which the roof of the buildings are supported, they also fall. All the wooden structures fall. All bodies of people fall. Animals, lives, and hearts. So he says everything crumbles. Everything that is weak reacts by falling down and breaking in the face of adversity. So the poet is saying that whenever a weak person faces any adversity or challenge in life, he breaks down and falls. The god winnows and crushes them all. Winnows need to break the grain free from the chaff, separate grain from the husk by blowing on it. The poet is addressing the wind as wind god, and he says that the powerful god of wind winnows, that means he swifts all the people, and those people who are weak fall down and get crushed. So there is a comparison made between the wheat and people. Just like we winnow the wheat to separate grain from the chaff, the wind god separates strong people from the weak people. When there is a strong wind, all the things that are weak fall and get crushed. He won't do that, you tell him. So come, let's build strong homes. Let's join the wood's doors firmly. Practice to firm the body. Make the heart steadfast. Do this and the wind will be friends with us. The poet wants us to make friends with the wind. That is, the adversities that are lives. He says that the problems will not listen to us. They will come. So we should be prepared. In preparation, we should build strong homes and close the doors of our house firmly so that the wind cannot get into. And then he says that we should also make our bodies strong and hearts firm to face these challenges. And then, once we are strong enough, all the challenges will be like friends. We will not feel that they are troublesome. The wind blows out weak fire. He makes strong fires roar and flourish. His friendship is good. We praise him every day. Here, the poet has kept the wind on a pedestal. He is comparing the wind to God. He says that wind is God and he prays wind every day. He adds that everything that is weak gets finished off in the face of strong wind, and all the things that are strong flourish and grow to become stronger. He is giving us very important message that we should not feel bad that we are facing so many challenges and adversities in life. We should make ourselves physically and mentally strong to face these challenges. And once we are strong enough, we will overcome the challenges. We will become friends with them, and then we will be happy that we had these challenges in our life because they help us become stronger and better. Now, let's see the literary devices in the poem. Rhyming scheme. The entire poem is written in a free verse. There is no rhyme or rhythm in this poem. So there is no rhyme scheme in the poem. The other literary devices are anaphora, when a word is repeated at the start of two or more consecutive lines. It is a device of anaphora. Lines 2, 3, 4 are being repeated with the word don't, and lines 6, 7, 8 being repeated with the word you. Then personification. Wind has been personified when the poet says, you are. He is referring to the wind as you. That means he is treating wind as a person. Repetition. Crumbling. The word crumbling is repeated many times to lay emphasis. The poet wants to say that wind crushes everything that is weak. That is why he repeats the word crumbling. Alliteration. The repetition of consonant sound in close connection, like wind, winnows, won't, want, is called alliteration. Symbolism. Symbolism means that a thing refers to some other thing. Wind is a symbol. It refers to the challenges in life. He is using wind as a symbol for the adversities in our life. So these are the literary devices. And now we are just going to see the summary of the poem. The first part of the poem describes the action of the wind. The poet asks the wind to come softly. He requests the wind not to break the shutters of the window, not to scatter the papers and throw down the books from the shelf. But the wind throws the books and tears the pages. The poet says that the wind makes a mockery of weaklings. It brings down frail houses, crumbling doors, rafters, and even weak hearts. It crushes everything that is weak. The poet advises us to be strong. Only then we can save ourselves from the wind. We should build strong homes with firm doors. Our bodies and heart should also be strong. It is the way of the world to kick the weak and to be friends with the strong. The wind blows out the weak fire, but makes the strong fires roar and flourish. Thus, the poem conveys the idea that nobody cares for the weak, even the wind is on the side of the strong people. We must make ourselves strong to become successful and overcome the challenges in life. So, this is the summary of the poem, Wind. Thank you.